My name's Emil. I'm a digital strategist and I answer marketing questions. This is episode 32 and this is part 2 of 2 in optimizing to win the Facebook algorithm. Now, for context and all the details that I cover exactly how the Facebook algorithm works, that's in part 1 and absolutely critical into how I'm going to answer these 2 questions that triggered this entire 2-part series. Number 1, should I turn on detailed targeting expansion when I use lookalikes for Facebook? The answer is probably not. If you are optimizing to get somebody to go to your website, then the answer is going to be no. Facebook, when it looks into expanding into an audience, it's got to pass through those filters that they set up in their algorithm before they make it into somebody's feed. And the likelihood of you getting relevant, good traffic from this that's going to add value to the bottom line is slim to none if the ad that you're going to be running gets them out of the Facebook environment or Instagram environment. The second question was more esoteric and introspective. What do we as marketers do if everyone's advice is to just stack like interest groups, run CBO, ABO, and optimize for high priority conversion events? Like, what do we do as marketers if anybody can do that? This is my answer. We add value through consistency. I know accounts that have optimized towards Facebook's algorithm both knowingly and unknowingly for years and have rarely suffered long-term negative impacts. They've had little gaps here and there, but over the years, these campaigns have been successful. I've shut off some of the most successful campaigns that were following these rules unknowingly and ruined entire efforts before. So as marketers and advertisers, understanding the algorithm and then providing long-term value through consistency is what we do. And how we do this is by optimizing for things that work and not tactics, right? Targeting, pixels, lookalikes, ABO, CBO, all of these things should be first layers that are layered on top of expectations from Facebook. They're layered in the pursuit of tapping into Facebook's algorithm, not working against it. In this video, I'm going to cover how to use Facebook's algorithm in your favor. And this is not BS. This is from Facebook's own documentation. Rethinking Facebook funnel building from the ground up. Like, what will really work and it'll work consistently and has worked for years now. And then how to win through value and not tactics. But first, every Sunday, I send out one email that recaps all the marketing questions I answered that week. If you want to stay up to date on best practices, strategies, and become an overall stronger marketer, I think you would really enjoy this recap. It would mean the world to me if you could subscribe to the newsletter and my YouTube channel. Now, back to the answer. Facebook and Instagram, they want us to be successful. They truly do. The more successful we are, the more successful they are. But they want us to be successful within their algorithm, not outside of it. And as you recall from how the algorithm works, there's 4 main passes that our content, our ads have to be vetted through algorithmically. Number 1 is how relevant is the content for the audience that we're targeting. So if you have a lookalike audience, they're assuming that this content is going to be relevant. And when you hit that button to expand into that audience, far beyond what you can target and allowing Facebook's algorithm to kick in, they're really going to say this relevancy has to be pretty high for it to work. Number 2, how engaging is this content? Is this content going to make somebody's user experience a positive one on Facebook or Instagram? Number 3, the community share factor. They're auditing your content to the likelihood not of only the people you're targeting, but how their community and the people they follow and interact and vice versa will engage with this content. They're scoring that on predictability factors. And 4, content diversity. How diverse is this content likely to be in their feed? So if you're putting out videos and everybody else is putting out videos, very unlikely that your content is going to be more diverse and get scored positively there. So you have to use a broader tool set of content types when feeding your content to potential audiences. So those are the 4 main passes. Most marketing efforts work against the algorithm. That's the secret here. Like, if anybody wants to know what the holy grail here, this is it. Anytime we want somebody to click an ad and leave Facebook or Instagram, we are working against Facebook, and Facebook's going to make sure that that doesn't hurt them. Again, Facebook and Instagram, they need active users. This is what their bread and butter is active, engaged users. your ads pull them out of those apps. So if they're in Messenger, if they're in Facebook, Instagram, wherever they are, if your ad is pulling them out, no matter what optimizations, no matter what tactics you're using, you're working against yourself. And this is why so many accounts experience roller coaster rides, because there's moments where the content takes off, it's really relevant, it works, and then dies. It takes off, works, and dies. And this is because we're looking at it as single serving. We're looking at getting people from Facebook to us, not making their user experience more enjoyable. Facebook will never prioritize your goals versus theirs. I don't care if you have 1 billion purchases for $1 billion tracked on Facebook's platform on their pixel. If it's you as a marketer with that pixel and that history, or them and their algorithm and the ability to engage and keep users on their platform, they're always going to pick themselves. So if you come to terms with this, then you can really rock out on Facebook. What I'm looking at and what I consider winning on Facebook and what I consider rocking out on Facebook is very easy. It's an evergreen strategy that's low impact on me and my clients. We focus on the content, we focus on the product, and we focus on the community. If you focus on those things, you're already winning for Facebook. Less focus on the minutia. I don't want to look into my campaigns every day and try to figure out which ad group's working, which one isn't working. That's the game of people who want to feel busy. People who are actually busy are fulfilling orders. That's the truth. Last is the major algo changes don't have major effects on me. I've gone through multiple accounts, through multiple years of massive changes. And the accounts that follow these, knowingly and unknowingly, we do this sometimes by accident, are the ones that have just thrived. We won't win with targeting hacks. You can't outpace Facebook's algorithm like that, because they're always optimizing for how relevant the content it is. We won't win just by training a pixel. Again, by training the pixel, you're telling Facebook who you're interested in, and they're getting that information, but they're also very aware you're taking them off site. And if you're taking them off site consistently, your ad is nowhere near as interesting as one that keeps them in Facebook. We won't win with ad group elevations. Oh, this ad group has 25 sales. Let's move it up to here. Let's do a CBO. These are temporary fixes for long-term issues. And there's only one thing that consistently wins that lets you out of this damn rat race. And the only proven way that has been consistent for me and for other marketers and for every guru that's hit it, whether they know it or not, is keeping users inside of Facebook and Instagram longer. Simple as that. So the holy grail, don't pull them out of Facebook and keep them on Facebook engaged longer. The content has to be engaging and shareable. The community has to benefit from this content. So what I challenge everybody right now to do is think of your top and middle of funnel campaigns in a totally different way. Let's look at that top of funnel and completely rock it out just on Facebook and Instagram. Look at your middle of funnel and do all the work on Facebook and Instagram. Pretend for your top of funnel, middle of funnel, you don't have a website. You don't have anywhere to send people. You've got to use a rich set of tools to educate and convert users. And the tools to use is first the content. Make sure the shit is amazing. Make sure it's 100% of all of your focus is on keeping really great content. And then vary the placements. Use stories. Use amazing photos and great storytelling. Use Facebook Messenger. Use videos without a call to action. Just optimize for video views that are really high relevant content. And make sure the videos are super engaging. Use Canvas experiences rather than your own landing page. Focus on engagements. I dare you to go into your Facebook account, just remove CTR and CPC, the CPA, and just focus on engagement for your top of funnel and bottom of funnel. If you do this and tell the story of your product or your service within Facebook, and make sure that people positively engage with you and share your content, like your content, comment on your content, have conversations there, spend lots of time engaged with your post, the Canvas experience, and seeing you across Facebook and Instagram, and continually expanding on the information they know about you. On your top or middle of funnel, your bottom of funnel campaigns are going to go through the freaking roof, guaranteed. I hope this was helpful. I truly do. I hope I exposed some things that maybe you were unaware of and blew your mind the way it did mine when I first started to understand and see the clear path ahead. If I did add some value, it would truly mean the world to me if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my Sunday recap where I send an email that itemizes all the questions I answered that week. I send it out every Sunday. Totally useful and awesome information like this. And as always, good luck and happy marketing.